LMFM on this bank holiday Monday. That is Keane and Somewhere Only We Know. I'm delighted to be joined by Kyle Martin. I've known Kyle now about 10 years, would we say?
Oh, probably, yeah.
Yeah, about 10 years now. Now, Kyle is a singer-songwriter. That's the best way to describe it.
Right.
But if you're around the Northeast area, you would have come across him in gigging around the area. You weren't gigging last night. You were gigging the night before?
I was up in the bartender up in Dundalk. We were up doing two-piece, the Oakford Band.
Very good.
Yeah.
You've been gigging for a long, long time.
Gigging for a while now, yeah. I picked up the guitar for the first time in 2017.
So you've only been playing the guitar since 2017?
Yeah.
Why was the reason you picked up the guitar? Why was...
Well, I was bored. On it was New Year's Day 2017. I was at a bit of a loose end, and there was the guitar that was hanging around the house for about 10 years before that no one touched. So I said I'd pick it up, I'd learn a chord or two, and then turned into 10 chords, which turned into a song eventually, you know.
And before that, had you any interest in music?
Oh, I listened to music, yeah. I was a big fan of John Mayer and Bruce Springsteen and all. I definitely listened to music, yeah.
And it just was, well, I might just pick up that guitar and play. Yeah. You're going to play a few tunes for us, right?
I am indeed.
Before we get into the full chat, right, we're going to play, and these are two of your own songs.
These are my own songs, yeah.
Right, so you're going to play, what song are you going to play first?
This is a song called The Road.
Right. Now, I'm going to tell you, you can listen to this on Spotify, right? I've listened to... I've known you, as I said, for a number of years when I used to book bands and solo artists and DJs and all that stuff into a few places around Drogheda. So I've known Kyle, and I can honestly tell you, this is amazing. I love this song. It's actually on my little playlist on Spotify. And he's going to play it. Whenever you're ready, Kyle.
Yeah. This road I take is a long way from the finish line, but it's fine by me. I climb for days against winds, brave elements together win. But what is left when you get there? You're on your own and nobody cares. It gets hard sometimes when you feel like you're in too far. And I'm running from myself. And I'm back here again. Walk the line one step at a time when it feels like I'm out of my mind. But it's over now, I gotta move on, 'cause I spent too long on this road. And don't ever look back, there's a bunch of broken glass on the ground. I've waited for so long to go home, and now you're gone. No, I'm running from myself. No, I'm back here again.
Come here, will you? I said you were good. Wow. That really is wow.
Thank you very much.
That's class. I don't know how else to say it. That was just amazing. I'm blown away because I've heard that song on Spotify, and one of the reasons I don't know, randomly it came up on my Spotify playlist, and I said, I know that guy, but that's next level, lad. That genuinely is. I have to say, wow. Do you want to take it? Do you want to take that off? Okay?
I'll take it off.
Take it off. Yeah.
That's the harmonica.
That is. You picked up the guitar in 2017 to learn a few chords because you were kind of bored in the house.
That's right.
To be able to write something, and that is your own bit of work.
It is. Yeah.
How do you sit around? How do you come up with a song like that?
It's hard to say. When you sit down with the guitar, it started with the guitar part, that original riff, and I was playing with that for a few weeks, and then I just picked it up one day, and then a few lyrics started to come to mind, and then before you know it, you've half the song written. You know, with songs like that, with that song particularly, I had half it written, and I left it for about 2 months, and I was in the studio recording other songs, and I showed it to the studio engineer David Arkins, and he says, "Finish that. Get that done and we can record it," you know. So I done a bit of homework on it then, and I got it finished and brought it to the studio then. And if you listen to the version on Spotify, there's a whole band behind it.
And do you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I've listened to it numerous times on Spotify, and listen to your local radio. Don't mind that else streaming stuff. But I've heard it, and you know what? That live version is as good as, and I've literally been sitting here and I was mesmerised, really was mesmerised when I said I'd bring you in. I didn't think we were going to go to this level of music and entertainment. There is such a variety of music in the Northeast and in Ireland alone. Like when we look at the likes of where music has come from, where we've Dermot Kennedy's to Moncrief to Keane the Crow, like Irish music is next level at this point in time. Yeah. It really is. Yeah. It's a hard business to crack, though.
It is, yeah, big time.
You know, like you've been going since 2017. You've performed your own stuff. When you do a gig, obviously most gigs is going to be, recorded stuff from other artists and all that stuff. Do you stick your own stuff in? I
do, yeah, I do. It depends on the gig. The likes of my music wouldn't really be suited for the clubs and stuff like that. You know, it'd be more suited towards the listening audience, you know. So the likes of a pub, if you're playing to a crowd that are really listening to you and absorbing the lyrics you're saying, you know, I definitely throw one of my own songs in, and then you'd give it a plug on Spotify.
You picked up the guitar in 2017. How long have you actually been gigging? How long have you been going into the bars and clubs?
I done my first gig. When was it now? It was probably, I think it was 2019. It was 2019, January 2019.
Not
too long after. No.
Yeah. Like you know, that was a good year, and then there was a bit of a blip. Of a blip there for a couple of years.
Bit of a blip with COVID, yeah.
And I suppose the COVID time allowed you to, perfect your art.
Well, COVID gave me a chance to write songs, because I was enjoying the gig, and it was a new venture for me. And then COVID hit then, to put a stop to it all, and I just started. You had a lot of spare time to write then, you know, so because like everyone was off work, everyone was doing nothing, so
sitting around doing nothing.
I sat down with the guitar, and then when things started to ease, restrictions started to ease, I went to the studio then and recorded the whole lot.
Is this something you would love to do full time, or is this always just going to be that hobbyesque type thing?
I'd definitely love to be doing it full time. Like I could, if I wanted to go all in with it full time, that's that's definitely something I could do at any time. But you know what, I enjoy the enjoyment of it. Do you know what I mean? When it becomes a job, yeah, look, it's great. It's a great career to have. But for me, I think I like to have it as something that I can go and enjoy in my own time. Yeah. Whether that's a gig or coming to LMFM to chat to you, know, it's something you can do and enjoy in your own time. Yeah.
When you're gigging, do you still get that same buzz?
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah.
And of course you do. There's your solo artist, and you also have a two-piece.
I have a two-piece as well, the Oakford Band. Yeah.
What type of music would the Oakford Band like? Are we?
It's similar to the solo, only it's it's an exaggerated version. So you have a bass player as well. I used the harmonica, the guitar. Both of us sing, so it's a bigger sound.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah.
When you are gigging, I remember I used to gigs a long time ago. The loading in and out of the gear was always a bit of an pain in the backside. And, you know, and all these venues have now performed that they're now in-house built equipment. Do you still love that? Just that feel, they coming out at 12 or 1 o'clock at night, absolutely wreck tired, bag of chips into the car. That buzz is very hard. I know I went back and did a few gigs myself. I didn't have that buzz. I genuinely lost that buzz. Yeah. And I was DJing for a long time, 1990 to 98, I think is when I started. And I lost that buzz.
Right.
Is that something you'd ever worry about losing?
I haven't really thought about it, to be honest with you. The buzz for me is during the gig, you know, when you're singing and everyone's singing back to you and the crack is going, and you know, the buzz, look, it depends. It depends what gigs you're doing. You have to be doing gigs that you're enjoying as well, you know.
It's not the easiest thing to do, get up and sing.
No.
Nerves still hit you, or are you now like, I don't know, I've done this a few times, I can do this.
In terms of gigs, no, I don't really get too nervous. The odd time. Depends if it's I don't know, if it's an event that's important to you or something like, or if you're playing, you know, if there's a load of family around or something, you might be like, just better play well, you know.
You know, like when you're, I suppose you're one of these people now, if you go to a wedding or a function, where's the guitar? Are you that person that comes up?
Grab the guitar,
Yeah, you see, that's why I remember years ago, I used to play guitar now. I was crap. I genuinely was crap. And I decided, you know what, it's easier just to hit a button. And that's why I went in. But I bought a guitar during COVID myself, and it's still sitting in the corner. I think I picked it up last week. I learned about one chord and I went, yeah, you know what, it's not for me.
Yeah.
But it's an amazing thing to be able to do.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's if you know music, it's like a language. Yeah. You can bring it around the world with you. You can do anything you want. You know, you can really travel if you wanted to travel. Like it's definitely, it gives you an accessibility to people.
It's a beautiful gift to be able to sing. And you have a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
You really have a beautiful voice. You know, you wouldn't look it in you. You know what I mean? You know, you're like me. I'm for the radio. You know, I like my thoughts of ever, you know, doing the Late Late Show are gonzo, because not a chance will I be anywhere near television. But you know, when you look at you have an artist look. You have a Dermot Kennedy look to you. You know, you really do have that Dermot Kennedy look. What would you like to do? Where do you see yourself going with this music?
That's a good question. Look, I love playing music. Once I can remain loving what I'm doing, that's all I'd like to do, you know. It's the moment you don't enjoy it, which thankfully I'm nowhere near. Yeah. So if I can keep enjoying the music, that's just all I want, you know. You
picked up the guitar in 2017. When did the harmonica come in?
Harmonica came after I started gigging. I was looking to kind of build up the sound. I was like, singing and playing guitar, you know, that's kind of, it's very samey to every other person. Harmonica just adds a little bit of flavour to your playing, you know. Yeah. It sets you apart a little bit, you know.
We're going to take a break, Kyle, and when we come back, you're going to play another song for us.
I am indeed.
Great, we take a break.
Loving the music? Download the
It is a 10 to 1 show here on LMFM, and I'm joined once again by Kyle Martin, a local singer-songwriter. You have the guitar ready, I know. Do you want to play a song? Do you want to talk a wee bit more? You decide.
I will talk a bit more.
We'll talk a wee bit more. You're comfy there with the guitar there in front of you. When it comes to music, especially being played on the radio, we were just talking off air about it, it's very hard to get your music out there. It really is very hard. And I know from radio, and this is on every radio station in the country, in the world, everything is playlisted. Genuinely, I don't choose the music. It's all generated. How hard is it to actually get in to the music scene?
With your own original stuff, it is hard. It's difficult, you know. You have to be always kind of plugging away at it, and you know, for me anyway, that's what kind of takes the enjoyment out a little bit of it, because you work so hard in the songs, and then you're not even started yet.
Yeah.
You know, when you only started when the song's out there. You know? And then it's a marathon from there. You know, you have to keep plugging away at. And
it genuinely is. It's the gig. It's the gigging and playing on the street, busking. What you want, Sherlock? What's her first name?
Ali Sherlock.
Ali Sherlock. Yeah. Ali Sherlock. I remember seeing her loads of times on Grafton Street, and she was just plugging away, happy out.
Yeah.
And now she's starting to get big. That is just the way it is. There's no.
It's just the way it is. Yeah.
There's no other way around it. It is really is, as you said. You know, we get even airplay. I'm like, I know we have our own specialist shows here, and we're very lucky to have the likes of that. And we do have that little bit of scope here on LMFM. But when you do go to the bigger radio stations, it is very hard to get playlisted. And you know, that song you played, the first song, Home, and I genuinely, it's a great song. I love it. I personally love it. As I said to you, and I'm not bullying you.
Yeah.
It is on my playlist. I've listened to it. As I said, you've probably made about 50 cents off it on Spotify. When you go to the likes of the Spotify's and all that, does that help or is that a hindrance?
Spotify, it's something to point people towards. When they say, have you your own music? I'm on Spotify. Do you know what I mean? But definitely, look, there's an argument for and against it.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's a great tool to use, but in terms of financially, for maybe musicians that are pulling in 50,000 monthly listeners, you know, if you have 50,000 albums sold in a month, there's a big difference in payments there from 50,000 listeners to 50,000 albums. But, you know, I think it's a great tool to use for promoting yourself. You know, every person is on Spotify and they listen to it day in, day out.
Yeah,
you're very accessible to people.
Yeah,
and so it's.
You don't mind me asking, have you made money on Spotify? Bar of 50 cents.
Still waiting on this €1 million paycheck to come in. I think I got lost in the post. No.
Well, when you go see, you know, the 1,050,000, that's my 50. You're very welcome. Your Spotify, if anyone would like to listen to your own original music, what is your Spotify?
Just search Kyle Martin. The EP is called The Prologue. It's a 4-track EP. If you're on Facebook or Instagram, it's kmartin_music or at the Oakford Band if you're looking to follow the 2-piece band for any upcoming gigs.
And just of course we will have here on LMFM's own social media page. We're recording, you'll see a bits of, you know, he was actually playing the harmonica and the guitar. You know, this wasn't like backing tracks, because the sound that comes out of you is it's just so rich. It really is so rich. And I've headphones on me here, and I've seen a few messages coming in saying that's amazing, unbelievable. You know, it must be when you create a song and you record it and you have it there. It must be an amazing feeling.
Oh, it's a nice feeling. Yeah. You feel like you've done something there. Like, I mean, you've created it yourself. It came from nothing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it's a nice feeling.
Gigging wise, once again, if anyone would like to book you for a gig, you take anything at this stage.
Facebook or Instagram,
no problem at all.
Send a message.
Yeah, anywhere. You were playing in the Bartender
last Saturday.
Before that, where was the last one?
Before that, we're in McGuinness's the night before that, and then we're in Fitzpatrick's in Carlingford then as well.
Oh, great old place, Carlingford. Oh, I tell you what. You do feed off the energy of the crowd.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
The reactions.
There is a buzz.
And, you know, it's a bit of crack going as well. Like, I mean, it's all like the Irish people, they love the music and the crack at the pub and the banter, and you know, that's what it's all about.
Any Americans listen, that bit of crack is a different bit of crack. You know, just to let you know, it's not the same as you think it is. We do love a bit of crack. It's fun. Any Americans listening, because you're amazing. We're all over the world now, you know.
Yeah.
So, but it is, and the Irish crowd really do get into live music. There is nothing nicer than walking into a bar or a function or a venue and hearing live music. It's something about it. And we'll be talking to Michael Dawson, who is over the Lark in Balbriggan, and he is part of the Institute of Music and Song, and we'll be talking to him later on about getting into music and all that stuff. It's how do I say it? One of the things when I took on to do the Bank Holiday show was I wanted to introduce live music, and there's such an array of talent, not in Ireland, but actually in the Northeast, from here in Drogheda to Dundalk to Navan, beyond that in the Northeast. And I have to say, it's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you very much.
It really is.
Thank
and
you.
I'm delighted. You're my first victim.
That's it.
I've known you for a long time from booking you for gigs, and I've come across you on numerous occasions, playing a two-piece, playing in a band. I remember coming across you in a band too, and on yourself, and I really do hope all the best for you, because I'm rooting for you. I really am, and
thanks, William.
I think genuinely you have an absolute talent out there, and hopefully the world hears it.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Thanks for having me on.
You're going to play another song out for us.
I am indeed. This is Home. So this is the second song. The first song was The Road off the EP. Go check it out. It's on Spotify. And this is Home. Hope you enjoy.
Go ahead, Kyle.
Some days it's hard to walk away from the fire and the rough, but looking back, it doesn't seem as hard as it was, than it should. But you can't find a light when you're down, 'cause you haven't seen the back of this town. Turns to stone when you're left all alone. But you can't find a light when you're down, because you haven't seen the back of this town. So I'll pack up all my things and I'll be back next spring, when the sun comes up and there's no one around. Because I tried for so long to forget what went wrong, so I'll get lost and find my way home. So I'll pack up all my things and I'll be back next spring, when the sun comes up and there's no one around. Because I tried for so long to forget what went wrong, so I'll get lost to find my way home.
Oh man. Wow. Yeah, you're going to be making another 50 cent to me. I just have one before you go, Kyle.
Yep.
A message just came in. That was savage. Jesus. I want to listen to it again now. Once again, how can you listen to you again on Spotify?
So find me on Spotify, Kyle Martin. Look me up. The album is called The Prologue, and the songs are called The Home, The Road, and there's a number of other songs as well on the EP. So go over and check it out.
Kyle, once again, thank you very much for coming in.
Thanks a million, Brian.
Really check him out. I'm telling you, this guy is going to be big, and I please God you are big, and you come back here, and I'll be still probably here. I'll be still here. best of luck in the future. Really,
thank you very much.
And if you ever see his name popping up on a poster around any bars, or if you'd like to book Kyle, check out his Facebook page, Instagram page, and of course on our social media page too. And really worth going to see live, because I'm here in a studio looking at him playing a guitar, and it's just like, I'm mesmerised here. I'm genuinely mesmerised. Kyle Martin, once again, thank you very much for coming in and speaking to us here on
Thanks
the
a million,
Show.
Brian. Thanks for having me.
You can listen to LMFM on your smart speaker.